Have y'all ever thought about whether you're being honest with God about what you really want? Have you really taken the time to consider if what you're asking God for is what you really want? Like, we all know that rejection is God's protection. Like, when certain things don't work out the way that we thought or the way that we wanted them to, we know that it's because God has something bigger and better for us. But what about the things that we are genuinely asking God for? And I say that because, y'all, I have realized that I'm the type of person where it's like business, work, those type of things are going to get me through. Like, I'm stressed, let me create a new business plan. I ain't talking to my friends, let me come up with a new source of income. Me and my man into it, oh, don't even worry about it because I'm already thinking of three new side hustles. And I was like, now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, it's good to be ambitious. It's good to have something to strive for. It's good to be business minded and business focused. However, when you're using that to cope, that's when it's like, is this a good thing? And I'm saying that because, like I said, I realized that things would go the way that I didn't want them to in my life. And it would just be like, all right, how can I boss up? Like, and not on no, like to boss up on somebody, but just because it's like, these are the things that I know that are going to keep me afloat. These are the things that I can count on that, keep me inspired and keep me going and keep me focused. So I don't have to think about the things that hurt me. I don't really have to focus on the things that don't feel good to me right now. It's like, nah, I got a plan. I got a purpose. I got to figure it out. I'm ready to go, when that can't be a coping mechanism. That can't be a defensive mechanism. It needs to be healthy. It needs to be secure. So that really got me thinking, like, the things that I'm asking God for, are those the things that I really want? Like, do I want more businesses? Do I want to thrive in this business? Do I, you know, want a specific title in this 9 to 5? Like, do I really want these things, or are these things, for lack of better words, easy for me to focus on and fixate on until I get to where I'm trying to be? You know what I'm saying? Do you know? Do you know what I mean? And so it hit me with a hard, harsh reality, because there's this part of me, y'all. Hold on, I gotta sip my coffee on this one. There is a big part of me that there's a big part of me that wants, and this is gonna sound so crazy to the people around me because they're gonna be like, what? I would have never thought. Jaida? I want the husband and the kids and the white picket fence and the soccer games and the dance recitals and the taco Tuesdays and the family game nights on Thursdays. I want that. And I think for so long, I kind of just put away that that's what I wanted, because it was like, that's not realistic for me. I have a family. Me and my son are locked in. Okay. That's my baby. That is my best friend. That is just like, we have our little family together. And I have a good support system, as y'all know, with my mom and my sisters and things. So it's not like I don't have a family at all. I have a family. But what I realized was I was desiring something that I felt like was so far out of my reach that, like, that's just not, you can't guarantee that, but you can guarantee a new job. You can guarantee a new side hustle. You can guarantee a new business. You can guarantee a new source of income. But a man, a God fearing, loving, caring, smart, loyal, trustworthy, faithful man, more kids, girl, you barely have the mental capacity to handle the one you got, which I know and I'm very grateful for. I was one and done, y'all, and I mean that. Like, it, for a long time, I've been very like, I just want to give all my time and attention to what I have going on right now and my one child. Like, let's not add two or three more. But it got to the point where I was like, well, maybe I do want more kids and maybe I do want the family and the husband and the white picket fence, but like maybe that's just not for me. Maybe that's not in my cards. Maybe that's just not, what God has for me. And then it was like, but did I even ask God for it? Like, I'm so busy being like, oh God, I want this new title and this, and I want this, and I want another source of income for this, and which is still good. But it's like, is that what you really want? Like, why haven't you just come to God and been like, this is actually what I really want? Can we talk about it? Is this in the cards for me? What do I need to work on to achieve these things? Like, but to kind of put it out of your mind because you think it's just far out of your reach and it'll never happen for you, it's doing yourself a disservice, for one. And two, who are you to tell God what he can and cannot do? So why would you put, just because you put in your mind, I'm never gonna have this. Now you're trying to limit my God. Now you're trying to limit what he can do. Now you're trying to limit what he has on your life because your brain is telling you one thing when he has a plan for another thing. And when I tell you that really hit me and had me in a place of like, okay, because like I'm being as transparent can get with y'all. And it hurts because it's cringy to me. I'm not an open book. Y'all know this. But two, it's like I have to be transparent about it because one, because God put it on my heart to do so. But two, because it's like I don't come on here to tell y'all that I'm perfect and I got it together and I'm an expert on this and I know this. And let me tell you how I got through this. It's like as I'm going through it, I'm trying to go through it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not trying to wait until I have it all together to be like, now let me give you the steps. It's kind of like, no, let's work this thing out together. And the end of this year has been a crazy difference for me. It's been so good. It's been so chill. It's been so gentle. And I'm so grateful because I feel like that's just kind of what I needed to end this year off. Like, this is really how I needed things to be. And I'm grateful for it because in my mind, this isn't how it was going to go. I was going to be, striving for the next big thing and doing this and working on this and doing this. And it's kind of like, I feel like God was like, hold on, let's dial it back a little bit. Let's, let's really focus on your mental health and let's really take just baby steps, one day at a time. Let's really just not be so I'm ready to go and I'm ready to move, and you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just kind of take a step back and really focus on you, not the next big project, not the next business, not any of that. And not to lose sight of your goals and what you're working on and what you're trying to achieve, but just not being so like overly consumed in it that then you're neglecting yourself or you're not taking care of yourself. You're not being gentle with yourself and you're missing God's voice. Like, sometimes we're moving so fast all the time. I know I am. That like taking those moments to stop and meditate, taking those moments to stop and be like, God, I'm here with you. You're here with me. Like, please just talk to me. Like, I'm just quieting yourself, quieting your spirit, and just really being open to hearing God. Baby, listen, it's hard to do, but it's so worth it. And I really encourage you to do so. at some point today, at some point this week or this weekend, I really encourage you to just take a minute to stop, be quiet, breathe, and just really try to hear God's voice. Because I know that that's when I hear him the most. God talks to us in multiple ways. We know that. But when I take a minute, especially when I'm upset, y'all, my favorite thing to do when I'm upset is like go sit by myself and do something that's quiet, read a book, color, meditate, something that's just quiet. That's really when he be like coming in to meet me, and he talks to me so soft and so gentle. You have to quiet the noise in order to hear him sometimes. And I think if not for anybody else, for me, I got to get back to that. So let me tell y'all, first of all, did you peep the hair? I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube or you're just listening to the podcast, but I definitely dyed my hair and got this 24-inch weave in my hair for my birthday. Um, Shout out to being 27. I had an amazing birthday. Amazing. And it was really, really just relaxing. Like it was great. It was literally great. I had a great birthday, a great birthday weekend. These past few weeks have been, like I said, just super gentle, super relaxing, and me trying to hear God's voice above everything else, and me realizing that I have to be quiet in order to really hear Him. And that's been where I'm trying to stay lately. What I've really been trying to focus on, penciling and make time to do, because I don't know about y'all, but when I hear from God, I get so excited. And not because it's infrequent, like it's all the time, but it's just like, oh, you talking to me. I don't know. It's kind of just like really bonding with your child. It's like you like watching your child grow up and gain these different personality traits, and you start to see who they're becoming. It's like, I know that God looks at us like that. You know what I'm saying? I know that he's just so like in awe with us sometimes. And so having that time with him makes me feel like that too. It's just like, oh, you talking to me. Like, what you gotta say? What I need to work on? What we doing today? What I need to fix? What are you encouraging me on? What do I need to hear today? You know, I don't know. It excites me. It really, really does. And I feel like one of the things that God placed on my heart to talk about was, you really got me in here talking about my stuff. Y'all, I just told y'all I'm in a relationship, right? Okay. It's very new for the both of us. But it has been one of my greatest teachers lately. And so I feel like even though I haven't out loud said to God, yeah, I want the husband and the kids and the white picket fence, he knows my heart. He knows the things that I truly do want. And I feel like this has been the first relationship that I've been in that has me like learning so much. I'm no longer holding on to people and things. I'm more so just like, if this was the end today, I still win. Like, if this was the end today, I've learned so much already that, like, this could never be a loss. It could never be a loss. Like, God has done so much in me in this that I'm mind blown, because I'm just like, what? I don't know. Something about it is just different. Like, it's just different. And when I say God has been talking to me so much more in this than he ever has, like the other day, y'all, me and my man's got into it, and there was a situation where like he was asking me about a trip or something, and I was just like, I don't think he should go on a trip. Like, we went through some things. I ain't feeling it. Nah, right? And he was like, just think about it, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. I'm gonna think about it. Whole time I ain't got no intentions of thinking about it, right? But my first thing is to always come to God about stuff because though Jada can be Jada, Jada is still human flesh and Jada can still be in her own way. And I know God not gonna steer me wrong. Okay. If I don't trust nobody and nothing else, I trust God. Okay. So I go to God like, I'm gonna ask you about this just so it sounds good that I asked you about it. But like in my mind, and he know I ain't trying to hear nothing other than what I already feel like I know the answer is. I ain't trying to hear it, y'all. So I asked God about it. I'm like, you think you should go on a trip or whatever? And God goes, you want the upper hand. When he said that, I literally felt like your parents ever grab you right here up in your throat and like twist up your shirt to pull you up. Like I was like feet dangling, like, all right, let me go. Y'all, he said that and I was like, oh, I mean, what? He was right. I wanted to be like, no, you can't go because I said so, because you did XYZ and I said this and XYZ and now you're going back on it. So now I wanted to be like, not even to make him small, but I wanted to be like, no, because I said so. And that sounds crazy. But if you keep it a band, you probably been there, so you understand. But God said that to me, and I was like, okay. And I was like, but God, XYZ, and I'm telling him why I feel this way. Like I just like I'm giving him all he don't know because he know I'm giving him all the details. No, because XYZ and this made me feel like this. He said this, and we're supposed to be doing this and da 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 da. And God was like, "You're not the Punisher." And I said, "Huh? You're not the Punisher." Okay, I'm not gonna ask again. Heard ya. I was like, "Oh, all right, okay, my bad." But he was right, and that's why I'm saying with this new season that I'm in with this, God has been talking to me and teaching me so much that like on the daily, I'm like, all right, God, so I want to ask you about this just because I'm so excited to hear what he's going to say, even if it's against what I want to do. That's the point of me healing. That's the point of me changing. That's the point of me trying to grow. Like, I don't want to be stuck in my ways. If I wanted to be stuck in my ways, I would have never went to him about it. I'd have said, this is what I said. This is what I'm trying to do. XYZ conversation over. I didn't do that. In spite of myself, I went to God knowing that if I was right, he would say that. And if I was wrong, he would correct me. Is that not the point? Is that not why we do what we do? Is that not why we talk to God? Not just to hear the good stuff, for him to be like, oh, my child, I love you so much. You came from me and you are so beautiful and you are unique. No, no. For the times where it's like, you thought you had one. No, you're being in your own way. This isn't going to be good for you in the end. Fix it. And you got to just be like, all right, God, I heard you. Heard ya. So if you are really serious about healing and growing and changing, you got to talk to God, especially in those moments where it's just like, no, nah, I don't want to. I know the answer. You have to come to him about it. You have to quiet yourself, quiet your spirit, create some quiet time. I don't care if it's a 5-minute meditation of some lo-fi music, some black ambient noise. All right. He is not going to steer you wrong. I know with friendships and relationships, it's difficult because it's like, I don't trust friends. I've had people stab me in the back. I don't trust men because they are liars. I don't trust women because they've broken my heart. If nothing else, trust God. And when you are consistently going to God about it, he's not going to steer you wrong. He's just not. Things may not go the way that you want them to go, and you have to accept that, but he's not going to steer you wrong. All of these things are happening to create a better you. You know what I'm saying? All of these things are happening to make you be who he has created you to be. In business, in life, as a husband, as a wife, as a mother, as a father, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a 9 to 5 employee, babe. All of these things are happening for the betterment of you. I ain't gonna keep yelling, no, I'm just saying. Take some time to be quiet and listen to him today. All right, bye.